Some of you are just meandering through life, just meandering, about to fall all the time. Only you are about to fall. And that is why a lot of you always fall into sin. Always. Always. Why? You don't have weight. You don't have substance. You don't nothing. You are empty. You are empty. Your head empty. Brain empty. Mind empty. Fingers empty. It takes a city man to develop his or her talents. You are busy doing amebo. Don't know where you are going. Stop walking around from people's house to people's house. Bible says keep your legs away from people's house, lest they be wearied of you and start hating you. The Bible talk. Some of you walk too much. If anybody must be of substance from this church, sit down. Sit down. Sit down. When your mother is in the kitchen, sit down with her. When your father is, if you have a father that knows what he's doing, face anything he does. Bible said, is this not Jesus the carpenter? Are you hearing me? No, that version, that Bible didn't say the son of the carpenter. Is this not Jesus the carpenter, whose brothers and sisters are here with us? Are they not Joseph, James, John, and the sisters? Are they not all here with us? It means Jesus stayed with his father so much that he became an epitome of his father's traits. His Bible said, and he followed them to Nazareth and was subject to them. He was subject to them. He sat with them. He sat with them. Some of you are here, nobody can command you. Nobody can tell you stop. Nobody can tell. No, but you are too overheaded. No wonder your head is making no sense. Sit down. Sit down in your house. Sit down to think. Where am I going? What am I going to do? What is this life for? Sit down and think your way through. Think out your life for yourself. Design your life for yourself and stop blaming people. Stop blaming your father. Stop blaming your mother. Stop blaming your uncles that have not remembered you. Stop blaming people for your children. Tell them to sit down. What do you sit down to do? You sit down to read. You sit down to think, not worry. You think. If I want to make it spiritual, I will just sit down to meditate. Jesus sat down in the temple 3 days. He was sitting in one place. Bible didn't even record that he went to peace. Sitting in one place. Let me tell you something about myself. Sir, pastor, I was growing up and discovered that all my friends were intelligent. I was a dummy. I left the college with 2 credits and 1 pass. I mean 1 credit and 2 passes. 1 credit and 2 passes. I was the most useless in my head. One day, I wanted to know the secret. And I discovered that I had friends who were sitting friends. What did I say? Sitting friends. When you go to the primary school during holiday, as early as 8, these guys are seated. I kept wondering, why are they sitting alone in the primary school? And then by 5, they will come, all of us will be telling the normal stories. We'll tell the stories and laugh and all of that. Tomorrow morning, 8, they are there. Talking about the likes of Mono, talking about the likes of Pastor Moses, talking about the likes of Mona, talking about the likes of Pastor Sunday Ame. And then one day I told myself, what they do there, all of us must begin to do. The first day I went, I thought they will only sit there to make noise. I went, nobody talked to anybody. From 8 a.m. till 2, nobody talked to his friend. You know what they were doing? Everybody was busy reading. Not reading for exam, they just read. Are you getting me, sir? They were just reading. Sitting down and doing what? Bible said, this book of the law shall not depart from your mouth. What does it mean? When you read, soliloquize. Reading with meditation. Cram it, if you want to call it like that. Just, they were 2, nobody spoke. And then around 2, One of them, he just said something, and everybody just laughed. And then the guys continued. Remember, I was there. I don't read. I came to look until 5. 5! My friends closed their books. And they started chatting the normal stories we used to chat when they used to come across the road. We chatted till around 8. Went to Moses' house, we ate. Normal. Me, it is the last part. Me, I used to meet before. This one, I joined them. Then I told myself, tomorrow, me also will come with book. The next day, I got one philosophy book. A book on philosophy. I went there. They were reading, I joined. Some of you have naughty, empty-headed friends, noise-making friends, gossip partners. They are not examples, they are not models. No wonder your life also is going nowhere. Look for friends that can challenge you without talking. My friend sat, I sat too. And boy, oh boy, life started having meaning for me from there. It's not a joke. I mean everything I just said today. Everything I said. Sir, was I a useless headed boy in the college? He's here. He's here. That thing changed my mind, changed my life, changed my mentality, changed my focus. Am I talking too much? Are you following me? Sit down. Mom, sit down. Anything you know you don't know how to do, sit down and start thinking it out to learn it. If you are a graduate and there is no job, learn something. Sit down and think your life through. Sit down and look at people. Sit down and think your life through. Tell your neighbor, sit down. What are you looking for? Always on the road. Sit down from doing the things that are naughty. Shut down that television. Shut down that, break that CD. And sit down and tell yourself, I must begin now to wash my life. Number 3, Jesus sat with doctors. Who are doctors? These are academic doctors. Knowledgeable people. People that have known and known and known again. They have tested life, they have read life, they have analyzed life, they have equalized life, and then they have come to their point of equilibrium and they are not even dropping. Jesus found them and went close to them. And I'd like to ask a question here. Who is your friend? And I'd like to ask a question here. Who is your pastor? And I'd like to ask a question here. Who is your mentor? And I'd like to ask a question here. What is your relationship with your father that gave birth to you? And I'd like to ask a question. How much of your mother have you learned? Doctors are people that know more than you. Jesus found them. He sat down. Some of you know everything. No wonder you are going nowhere. How can you know everything? There are people that must doctor your life. What does it mean to doctor something? The thing you know, they disorganize it and repackage it and analyze it and then restress you and stretch you and then tell you, oh yeah, go like this. People that tell you, sit down and you cannot stand up. People that tell you, when you want to do anything, you go to them, sir, this is what I want to do. They will tell you, stop it. And you go back home, happy. Some of you, when a useless boy sees you on the road and tells you, I want to marry you on the road. On the road, oh! He tells you, I want to marry you. Your useless head will just agree. You go to a doctor, you tell him, sir, oh man, somebody told me you want to marry me. What do you think? You have already answered, and then you are coming to ask questions. You are stupid then. So when a doctor of your life now tells you, don't, you will get angry. When the person calls you, you won't pick again. So that uncle is always challenging somebody. You don't want anybody to challenge you, and life has challenges. You need doctors to mentor and panel beat you so that you can stand strong in the days of adversity. Stop following all these friends that are just around you now. I like to tell you, no matter how anointed you are not exempted from adversity. After all, Jesus was killed. So who you be? You need doctors. Doctors are those who know the way you want to pass. They have passed there. They know where there is danger. They know